Why, Jeff Bezos, why do Kindle Unlimited and KDP Select have to have different names? Come on, man. Hi friends, I'm Kay Williams, author and independent publisher, and today I'm going to be talking to you again about Amazon and KDP. I know I've done several other videos on KDP, which you can find up here, and I wanted to circle back on a specific topic today, and that's Kindle Unlimited, aka Kindle Select. So as a reader, if you're subscribed to Kindle Unlimited, you can read any books that are enrolled in the program for free. It's really exciting, although it's not really free because it's with your monthly subscription. For book lovers, this is a huge benefit. For an author to have their books in this program, they have to enroll in KDP Select. So why they have two different names, no one knows. No, it's a mystery of the world, but that's the way it is. So now you know. Also, as an author, to be in KDP Select, you have to sign off that your ebook is not available anywhere else. Anywhere. The library, literally anywhere else. You can't sell it directly on your website, you cannot put it anywhere else. So this definitely limits the reach of your book, which is a con, but if you're part of the service, it gets you in front of these book lovers, which is a pro, because you want to be in front of people who like to read. You do get paid for every page that is read. So if you have a really great book, a real page turner, you are going to make more than somebody who maybe wrote a dud, or if it's just not their genre. So I think that's actually pretty fair, right? That sometimes I think, well, that's not fair. That person wrote a horrible book, but they made more than me because they charged an obscene amount, and now the reader is kind of like, oh, I just wasted my money. Whereas I'm kind of like, hey, I'm trying to give a fair price because I want to generate more readers, and I think my books are great. So I actually like that it is based on pages read for KDP Select. I think that's pretty fair. Most people who talk about self-publishing as a side hustle are usually referring to going through KDP Select with this method and enrolling their books in this service. So if you think about it, if you wrote a 9-book romance series and you got somebody hooked from the very first book, you could actually make a lot of money if all of your books are in KDP Select because they're going to start at one and they're just going to tear through all of them. So that is one way to make money, but your books are not available on Nook, on iBooks, on Google Books. They're not available anywhere else. So you're only limiting yourself to the Amazon ecosystem. Now, Amazon is huge, right? But if there's somebody out there who's like, well, I bought this Nook years ago, I'm going to use it, you're not going to reach them. So I do think that is one negative, because if for some reason anything happens with Amazon, if they get shut down, which they probably won't, I mean, they're enormous, but they could. If for some reason they continue to drop the revenue per page on pages read, which they've been doing, all of a sudden you can go from being this super successful author making so many figures per month to suddenly, oh, that's gone away. So when I published my first book in 2015, I knew that Amazon had this exclusive service, but that I needed to be very careful to not opt into it. I wanted my books distributed wide to other ebook retailers, so I did not use KDP Select for my first 2 books. I put them immediately out so they could be in libraries, they could be in Barnes & Noble, they could be in iBooks. I put them everywhere. And I used Smashwords to get them there. When I published my 3rd book in 2017, I figured that I should give KDP Select a try. I enrolled in the program and I set a reminder for myself in my Asana to check in 90 days to see when, if I wanted to take the book out. So I had enough pages read that I said, okay, this is actually profitable to keep it in here. I kept it in for another 90 days, but I made a reminder every 90 days to see if it was worth it to keep the book in, or if I should take it out and actually publish it through Smashwords. So I have done that now. So now my 3rd book has wide distribution for ebooks. It was exciting to see that there were a fair amount of pages read through KDP Select. I was like, okay, that's worth it. But I would notice that someone would read through the book maybe once or twice a month after that initial marketing blitz finished, right? During that big launch period, lots of pages read. After that, here and there a little bit. So it wasn't nothing, but it wasn't really enough to justify not having that book wide. So I decided to launch it wide. So that's my take on KDP Select. If you're an author who has had a lot of success with KDP Select, because I know there are many of you out there, please feel free to add your perspective in the comments below. I definitely want to make sure this video can be a great resource for people who either are in a genre that's really beneficial to be in KDP Select, or people who have had bad experiences. I definitely want to make sure we're crowdsourcing that information so it can help other people. if you have a personal preference, if you're a specific genre, what went into your decision-making process for going with KDP Select. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe and give it a thumbs up. That really helps YouTube to know that this was beneficial for you, and it gets this information in front of other authors like us. So now you can get back to writing your book.